It turns out that dark, raw petroleum can be refined into so many treasures. Although crude oil freshly pumped from the ground looks as thick as dark soy sauce, black and viscous, if you were to burn it directly, it would be essentially the same as squandering a chemical treasure trove like common firewood. To fully unlock its true value, it must be processed through a refinery's distillation tower, standing dozens of meters high. As a decomposition factory for oil, the rising temperatures within the distillation tower exploit the differences in boiling points of various components to separate crude oil into distinct layers. At this point, you will discover that each layer peeled away yields a completely different substance. First, liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) is separated from the top. Once compressed into steel cylinders, it becomes an essential gas tank for many household kitchens. The blue flame you see when cooking every day is actually this lightest component of petroleum. The second layer to be separated is the world's most famous fuel, gasoline. Although most people believe that oil is primarily used for gasoline production, the truth is, gasoline accounts for less than 20% of crude oil. Yet it is this small, carefully refined essence that powers the engines of billions of vehicles worldwide. Further down, the third layer yields a lesser-known but widely used substance, naphtha. Whether it's the synthetic clothing you wear, supermarket plastic bags, phone cases, or plastic goods like keyboards, their core raw materials all come from naphtha. It can be said that this substance is everywhere in modern life. The fourth layer separated is kerosene. It is more stable than gasoline, durable and less volatile. It is typically used as exclusive fuel for aircraft. When you see the massive turbofan engines roaring under the wings, what's burning inside is primarily aviation kerosene. The reason gasoline isn't used is that its properties are highly volatile. Under the extreme pressure changes at 10,000 meters, it would become highly unstable. Only kerosene can maintain stable combustion in such a complex environment, thereby ensuring the safety of passengers. The fifth layer separated is diesel, which has the highest proportion in crude oil. It typically accounts for more than 30%. Because diesel provides strong power, high efficiency, and is fuel efficient and rugged, it is known as the lifeblood of heavy industry. From tractors plowing farmland, to excavators roaring on construction sites, and heavy-duty trucks running on highways, almost all heavy machinery and transport systems rely on diesel to function. Once the supply is interrupted, the entire logistics system and industrial production will fall into paralysis. The sixth layer separated is heavy oil, as thick as syrup. Although ordinary people rarely encounter it in their daily lives, it is an indispensable fuel for large power plants and ocean-going cargo ships, though naturally viscous and difficult to burn. With thermal processing, it can unleash unimaginable power. Combined with its very low cost, it has become the top choice for heavy equipment. The seventh layer separated is the invisible guardian of machinery. Lubricating oil, from the motor oil for car maintenance to lubricants for factory machines, it all comes from here. When factory equipment and engines start, internal metal parts rub against each other at high speeds. It relies entirely on this thin oil film to ensure long-term stable operation. Without it, even the most expensive machines would rapidly wear out and fail. Finally, what settles at the bottom of the distillation tower is the blackest and heaviest bitumen asphalt, and this seemingly unremarkable substance is the silent foundation of entire urban transportation networks. Whether it's the asphalt roads you walk on every day, waterproofing projects for bridges, or the paving of airport runways, all depend on the support of bitumen. From the lightest LPG to the heaviest bitumen, barrels of dark oil are no longer simple fuel, but the backbone of human civilization. It not only covers every corner of modern life, but serves as the lifeblood for countless industries. Hence, it is also known as black gold. So, if humanity suddenly lost oil, modern civilization would come to a complete standstill. The world as we know it would instantly collapse and cease to exist.